Hey yo guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where I'll be doing weekly analysis. I'll be dropping every videos on Sunday. Every Sunday we'll be doing weekly analysis, guys. But I just hope you like the video and then you get some knowledge from the video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and then don't forget to like also.
Yeah.
So then let me dive into the market, guys. Okay, this is the analysis that I have. What I do when I start to analyze, guys, every time I start on the XY, because the main core of the USD market is the USD market. Okay, so what I do, guys, what I do on this thing, I start on the weekly time frame. Start on the weekly time frame, and then I cater for the highest level and the lowest level. So the weekly highest level and the lowest level, not the weekly, but like the on the weekly time frame. I see this as the low level and these as the highest level. And then I like to log this thing because it moves a lot. As you know, guys, sometimes it moves. So what I can see inside the lowest level and the lowest level. There was this area right here, wait, which had a fake out, guys, a fake out here. There's this level that the market it's like a triangle that the market was playing around on, guys. I don't know this thing. I don't like this thing. Okay, so the market were playing on this thing for couple of times. Maybe is it a year? I think maybe it's a year or something, bro. But the market has been consolidating inside this area, and then this what there was a fake out. Let me mark that. Let me highlight the fake out. Let me highlight the fake out. There was a fake out right there, and then it consolidated until it broke outside this structure. So what I'm expecting, as you can see, it went down, consolidate, and then what is it? Wow, no, but I got that. And then sorry guys, sorry guys. And then there was as you can see, there's another consolidation. It broke up from this consolidation and then it went to another consolidation. What we can expect, as you can see, it was going down, consolidate, go down. We're expecting another. We're expecting it consolidate, and then it breaks out until the lowest level that is marked there. So guys, what we can do now is just to
Okay.
dive inside the consolidation and see what's going on. For that, we are we're not kinda, I won't say I'm a swing trader, but I'm a kind of a scalper, but a daily scalper. Though, yeah, a daily scalper. Let me say a daily scalper, but sometimes I'm a swing
Yeah.
trader at the same
Yeah.
time I'm a scalper. I don't know if it makes sense, but it happens, bro. Like some trades you just let me just hold this trade for a week. Okay, so let's dive inside the consolidation and see what the market has for us. So as you can see, the market has been bouncing on this rectangle a couple of times. Maybe let me see, bounced one time, two times, three times. What are we expecting next? Obvious, we're expecting it to bounce here until it breaks out. I get we're expecting sales from this. So I don't think if it can break to the highest level, it can break from the highest level. But then me, I wouldn't take that trade because what I saw from the previous is that it consolidate and it sells. So I'm expecting sales on the XY this year until it touches the lowest level. So what I can say is that if it breaks it, like I'm only gonna take my trades on the other currencies when it breaks out from this ground here. I can take a trade this coming week due to some I see what this thing is selling. But the only thing that I'm gonna be doing this year is the currency that contain USD as the first three digits. I'll be selling, guys. So I'm just waiting for this market in order to confirm myself more. I'm waiting for the market to break out, retest, maybe what, maybe form another rectangle I feel like the coming rectangle is gonna be small. As you can see, the first rectangle was bigger and then came small and then okay, let's stop playing. Okay, let's stop playing. So then what we are expecting from the market is for it to touch it before it even, I don't know if when it touches it's gonna break down or it's still gonna go in case of for another high there. But then what we can expect is for the market to move to this level before it does anything. It has to touch this level. Let me not say it has to because you know the market. You can't say what you are. I don't think there's a best way. There is people making money, but like you can't say you are professional. Obviously, they're gonna be losses. So then, when we dive inside the 4 hour time frame, we can see from this level there was a correction, a rectangle correction, and then it broke out, and then as in like you see, even the bigger part, there's a rectangle and then a breakout, rectangle, breakout. So that's why when I trade, I like rectangles. I trade the breakouts from the rectangle 'cause, like I don't like trading inside the rectangle. But okay, I can trade inside the rectangle when it's like let's take the rectangle as a weekly rectangle. So like come on, but obviously I'm gonna trade. So then let's dive inside. Also, I see another rectangle here, and there was a breakout. Wait, let me see. A rectangle here, and there was a breakout, and then also another rectangle here, another rectangle here, another rectangle here. So even on this one, on the current rectangle, where those are the previous, I get to analyze. They're using the previous like like market trends to check for the future trend. So when I dive inside the 1 hour time frame, I can see the market is on the highest part. What I'm expecting from the market is for it to run like drop until this level, maybe consolidate back, or the market will just drop and then go down and then retest and then shoots down there until and then I mean shoots down there until the lower part of the rectangle. As I said earlier, that the market has to touch that rectangle before it goes up there to the upper rectangle where it will react as in like breakout or maybe go back to the previous high rectangle. So right now what we're waiting for is for next week. We're expecting sales on USD on next week. We're expecting sales on it's either the sell bounces here and go back up or the sell breaks the structure and retest and then go down there. So that's what we're expecting on the XY. So then right now we can dive into other currency pairs. That's the first thing that I analyze, guys. And then now we can go to GBPAUD. No, let's not start with GBPAUD. Let's start with currency that contains like USD so that they can understand. You cannot get confused. So okay, next thing after analyzing the XY, I go with the currency pairs that has the XY. My three currency pairs that I use is like okay, the currency pair that I trade with USD is AUDUSD, EURUSD, and GBPUSD. That's the top three pairs that I use. So then what we can do on this one, we just open the weekly time frame. We just open the weekly time frame just like we did on the previous one. And then the highest point there on the weekly time frame is this point right here. And the lowest is this one right here. This one right here. And then when we dived in, when we dived in, I can see that this is it's a falling trend, guys. I see some of these structures here. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I see this as a falling trend, guys. See this is a falling trend, and what you can see from the weekly is that there's a sensitive area right here where the market when it broke. Okay, on every breaking of structure, I expect a retest. If the breaking of structure doesn't have a retest, I'm not stepping inside the market. So then, as you can see from this part, the market broke. and then it came and retested here. And then since it retested, we're waiting for the market to break this area also there. Let me go into daily time frame since okay, before we go to daily time frame, let me mark this high there. It's a lower high, this lower high rate here. You can see it's also a sensitive part. It has one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch. So then let me mark it right there. Since I'm expecting the market to push until that level. Since we're expecting on DXY, the DXY is we're expecting sales. So it means on the one that like has an USD at the end, we're expecting buys. They oppose. So then let's dive into 4 hour time to daily time frame and see what's going on. As you can see, the previous high, as you know, I went with low high, previous high and previous low. The previous high of this market is this one. The previous high on this market is this one. That's why the market here is kind of shaking there. So then that's the previous high of the market. And then when we dive into 4 hour time frame, when we dive into I get we're expecting the market. If the market shoots up, we're expecting to touch that level. Maybe we can touch and go up to the top, maybe next week. I don't know, but would rather not be greedy and rather be safe than sorry. So then we can see that's the previous high. And then what we can see now, the market is kind of consolidating there. So let me just dive into 1 hour time frame so I can see the consolidation well. The consolidation. It's not, I feel like it's not a clear consolidation, but at the same time, it's just like it's a now one, but like I wouldn't I wouldn't say it as a good consolidation, but it's a now one. Okay, I can put it like this. Maybe I never use this type of thing to no. Okay, let me just use this other thingy that I use. This other strategy. I'll mark it as a low and high. Okay, what I can say is that the market right now is inside this zone. The trade that I'm gonna take on AUDUSD, the only trade I'm gonna only trade. Hear me out. I'll only trade when the market. Wait, what's that thing? What's that thing? When the market breaks up from the structure and then retest. That's my trade right there. That's the trade that I'll take after the retest. And then my stop loss will be on the previous low. And then until that level right there, let me check. Until that level right there, which is the like second previous yeah. Yeah. The English is too much. The English is fading away, guys. The English bundles are running out. But yeah, let's go. So right now, we're expecting the market rather maybe turn from here or maybe reach that lowest level. But still, we will inside the trade. Maybe when it passes here, or maybe when it forms another correction there, which can show us for the want to go out, guys. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, on ADSD, I feel like that's our expectation for the coming week, guys. Retest and then we're gonna hop on it after it retest and break that previous high. So then when we dive into Euro USD, let me rub everything. Let me rub everything and then start from the weekly time frame. Start from the weekly. Okay, we'll start from the weekly time frame and then this one. Okay, mark the previous low and the previous high. Previous high is this one. And the previous low is this one right there. Lock it, lock it, lock it, cavity, lock it. And then you can see there was a zone right here where where it had more touches, the sensitive area right there. And what I can see from the okay, on markets that like I see where there's a lot of candlesticks, complicated candlesticks. I use the line time frame where like the line time frame it helps you I feel like it helps you see the market better a little bit. So then, as you can, okay, you see the retest strategy that I show you. The market broke out here, retested, and then shoots up. So even on the previous I feel like the previous ADUSD trade, it's like this one. It's retesting, and then I'll take the trade after here. I'll take the trade after here, and then you see, yeah, until so on your USD guys, all you can do is just like what we can spot on the line time frame is this line trend. It's this line trend that is going on.
Yeah.
But then on the upper part, what I can use, guys, I feel like I'll go back to the candlesticks and then put it around there. I think this was a fake out, guys. This one was a fake out. This one right there. This is a fake out. This was a fake out. So then what I can do is just dive into 4 hour time frame, guys. Dive into 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame. Okay, on 4 hour time frame, on 4 hour, oh, this is a daily time frame. Oh, on a weekly, it's not 4 hour. On the weekly, when we dive inside, guys, we can see there's a triangle here instead of that trend that I drew from the like thing, previous thing. You can see there's a triangle like this right there. So then, what we can see from this one, guys, this one I feel like is clean, guys. It's clean, and then the closing candlesticks from like that week. Look at this thing, bro. Look at this thing. Showing a bro. But then, since the DXY showed us that maybe, like, well, oh, tired, guys. Tired, but we have to fight. And the DXY showed us a a selling position. So we wouldn't expect EURUSD like selling positions until the DXY showed. Like if the EURUSD was about to sell, it means the DXY showed us a buy. That's when I was gonna enter the trade on EURUSD. But then the EURUSD, the market is reacting this way, is like the way it turned here on this point, the way it turned on this point. Let me highlight it. The way it turned on this point, the candlesticks, it is showing us that there's a possibility. It's showing us that the market is turning, as you can see on this level, as you can see on this level. It's like let me say, an evening star. Is this an evening star? But yeah, something like an evening star, guys. If you if you see it well, this three candlestick is like an evening star. So what we can cater from this thing, and it's just like okay, on this thing, I like using and check the fair value gap on this falling edge, like falling market. I like using the fair value gap thingy. So the fair value gap is close to the lower side of the rectangle, guys, because you
Yeah.
can see it's the rectangle. So what I can expect from USD before maybe it gets up from this thing, due to other markets are also correcting. As you can see, AUDUSD is also correcting as you saw that AUDUSD is also correcting. So what we can expect from this market is that the market can go down and touch this level before it bounces up or maybe break out and maybe it can still play there because we can predict the market like I won't be 100% sure, but then the analysis that I'm doing say so that the market is capable of going to this level right here next week before it bounces and shoots up. So if it touches there and then it bounces and then break out, we're gonna wait for correction, and then after the correction, we're gonna enter our trade here to that highest high there. And I feel like for Euro USD will be reaching our previous highest point, highest level. I mean, Mhm. I feel like for Euro USD, okay, let's dive into 4 hour time frame and see what's going on. The 4 hour time frame, what I can see is that I won't say this is a okay. You can see something, bro. Okay, let me know so you can see something. Some other people cannot see this, but then some other people can see it. The market has been like triangle breakthrough. It's been doing this triangle breakthrough thingy. And then now, what we can also see on this one is like a triangle right there, and a fake out. I can put that as a fake out. This I can, but let me just mix it on triangle since I won't use it to execute the thing. Right then, is a triangle. Is a triangle then. So what I can expect is either for the market. What I can expect is either for the market now to shoot down there, retest, and then go to the lowest level, or maybe the market can just turn from that point, shoot up, retest, and then go up there. And then maybe when it's up there, it can reach its level for the bigger retest of the bigger for the of the bigger structure, this bigger structure. Maybe it can go until and bounces there. Let me mark the area. And bounces here for the retest of this bigger structure before it reached that highest level there. So let's dive into 1 hour time frame and see what's going on inside. Okay, on 1 hour time frame, let me just make this trend to mix up with that lowest level. So waiting for the market to break out from this structure for us to see if where the position is. The market is stuck between two structures, and we're just gonna see which structure will be broken first for the market does any crazy stuff. So that's what we're waiting for on EURUSD. If the market breaks out, retest, and then we're gonna be anticipating this thing. Uh, anticipating this thing around the. Gonna be anticipating the short, the sell, this thing until maybe this level right there because it's the lowest level. And then on this one, if it breaks out and retest, as you know, I use the previous high or previous, yeah, I use the previous high or previous low to enter. So we're gonna be inside executing the market like that. So I think that's it on USD. Let me check if this thing is working. Yeah, thank you, bro. What's your lot size for USD? Okay, what I use my lot size on USD, bro. I use my lot size on USD. I use like okay, it depends on my bro. It depends on the amount that I have on my account. But then when I had like 3 digits on my account, let me say 4 digits or 3 digits, I can use my normal lot size. I use 0.02 and 0.73. I don't go far. I go far on Nasdaq like when it like XNS bro because this thing bro wasn't me. Okay. I use 0.10 on Nasdaq because XNS, you know the spread and like the Nasdaq on like XNS, it's not like the same as the one on Veracity market. Okay, so then okay, my leverage by the way is I use 1 to unlimited. So that I can execute any position that I want. So then now let's dive into GBP. Okay, there's no question. Okay, that's still fine. That's still fine. So now let's dive into GBPUSD. Let's wrap everything. Let's wrap everything. We do the weekly thing here. Let's do the weekly thing here. The previous high is this one. The previous high is this one, as you can see. And then the previous low is this one right there. The previous low is there. And then what I can see is that there's a sensitive zone here. The previous sensitive zone here. The reason why I mark the previous zone, guys, is that you see some of the structures. Let's say the triangle that I checked like on my first analysis there. I showed you that the triangle is like correction, breakthrough, correction, breakthrough. I can't explain it in English, guys. English was not my home language, but yeah, you get it. So then, okay, this sensitive zone, you can see the market has been retesting here. It's full, this sensitive zone. It was a previous ceiling. I get it. There's a ceiling and a floor on the triangle thing. Let me show you the ceiling and the floor rule. Let's say this is a triangle. As you can see, it's the triangle for this one, this one, this one, this one. So what I can do, you know, when you're inside the room, there's a ceiling. The ceiling is the top part, and there's a floor. So it's like you're bouncing a ball. When a ball bounces inside the room, let's say you apply a lot of force, it's gonna bounce bounce on the floor, goes in the ceiling, bounce on the floor, goes in the ceiling. It's like it's trapped inside the until it breaks the roof. When it breaks the roof, when it breaks the roof, obviously it's gonna go up and then bounce on top of the roof. The roof will become the floor now. So now the roof is the floor. So it's like a new room now. I created it's like a new room now. You can see it's like a new room now. The new room is there. So now we have the market is moving inside the new room. So then what we can do is just like we spotted our things on weekly time frame, got the lowest low, and then we got the lowest and the highest. Now what we can do is go on the daily time frame. Let's go on the daily time frame. With the daily time frame, what I can do, wait, let me extend this a little bit. Let me extend to touch the you see both of the stuff. Okay, what I can see on the daily time frame is that the market is still inside and the market kind of a little bit touched the lowest. Okay, touched the floor. The market a little bit kind of touched the floor here, a little bit. But then since the since when we went to other pairs, they're still retesting. That's the It has the probability. Like okay, use the previous candles. I mean, use the previous currency pair to also help you on the other currency pair. That's why I analyze the XY so that it gives me a hint on what I'm expecting on the other currency pairs. So as you can see, also the Euro USD, so it was about like it has this type of thing. You see, here it shows well. It kind of low key Euro USD and GBPUSD like they are similar. If you analyze Euro USD and GBPUSD, and then you're about to take a Euro USD trade, and then you go also on GBPUSD, you might end up taking both currency pairs because they have similar setups, bro. But then when you lose, ha, you're losing big, bro. Oh, you say, oh yeah, bro, been having your tens. I didn't know you was a trader. I, bro, I've been a trader since grade eight, bro, and now it's been like my 5 years. I'm just not rich yet, but like I'm trying my best. So then, so then let's go, guys. Let's go. And then I see it didn't really touch, but then it touched there. Okay, what I can see also on this one, let me just put it online chat so that we might have a clue of the sensitive zone. I see this part as a sensitive zone, guys. As you can see, it's tight. It failed to break here, it tied here. And then this was a fake out, tied here, it tied there. So it's like a sensitive zone, guys. It has many touches. So what I can say from these, as you can see, the line chart, bro, it shows you the market well, guys. You see, there was a falling edge there. There was a falling edge there, and then it broke out. Maybe the falling edge get maybe the 90% rule can be finished there. I don't know, guys. I'm just giving you the my view on this thing. Okay, let me not. I won't just like draw anything from the daily time frame because I start taking my trade from 4 hours time frame. So then when we switch back to the line to the candlestick form, let me head to okay on the daily time frame for like swing traders. What you can expect, I feel like let me just dive into 4 hours time frame so that I can at least put some sauce in here and if I'm lying then I don't know, maybe lie a little bit. So then what we can see the triangle is everywhere guys. You must not lose the triangle. As you can see from this, when the thing broke out, it consolidated using the triangle form. Look at this thing. Look at this thing, guys. Look at this. Look at this thing. So me, and I was like here, obvious here there's a correction or something. So I'll wait. Okay, let's take the market broke here. I'll wait for consolidation, obvious. And then after the consolidation, I wait for breakthrough. This is the breakthrough. And then a retest. Maybe the retest is around here or something. Maybe on this candlestick because this is a 4 hour candlestick. I take my trades on 15 minutes. And then let's say, okay, let me go to 15 minutes. I get it right now, it's just learning and analyzing at the same time. So, oh, the retest was not that big, okay, but there's a correction here. I will take my trade here on this correction. I wouldn't take my trade as soon as it breaks out because it can be a fake out, guys. So watch out for fake outs. So then I will take my trade around here. This thing was like this thing was like that. Okay, at first. Okay, at first. Let me let me do like this. I didn't pay for trading view, guys. Don't judge me. So that's what I do. Let's say the market was there. I'll mark the due to due to me being a scalp trader. Obvious, I would have marked this high. I'll be like, after this high, I'm gonna enter my trade. After this high, after this high right there. So then me, I wouldn't lie, cause I don't know the future, bro. I'm a trader. Everyone is a trader. You don't know the future, bro. Like, you just go with that thing. You don't know whether you're gonna win or this thing is like a gambling. So then I will enter after this breakthrough right there, and then my stop loss will be the previous low, and I wouldn't have lost, bro. And then my look, I wouldn't have lost, bro. And then my thingy, my take profit will be like around this. I choose the highest high, bro. I use the previous high, bro. And then it's gonna be here. I think, yeah. You see, out of chart, out of, because you see, even on my previous trade, I'll show you that after I wait for breakthrough and then I execute the trade. So then on GBPUSD would have like catered for the thing. Okay, so right now what's happening? What's happening now? It's on the sensitive zone, guys. And what is forming, guys, you can see it's also a triangle here. There's a triangle here. There's a you see this low, and then here, and then here. The market is inside this zone, guys. So then you saw that's why I told you that let me not conclude on the daily time frame. Let me just dive deep and see what's going on. This is 1 hour. I wanted to show you the entry, okay. But still on the 4 hour is still the same thing. The market is stuck on the structure. So what we can execute on GBPUSD is that it's either the market, it's either the market is it's either the market is gonna break out, retest, and then shoot down there. Shoot down until let me use the Fibonacci to see the favorite gap here. Let me see. Uh, the favorite gap is around that level. Is here. The favorite gap is here. So my retest, and then I'll expect my market to go to that level. So let's say it's not going to that direction. I will wait for the market to. It's either I wait for the market to break out, but then 4 hour, yeah, bro, you have to be patient, bro. I'll wait for the market to break out from this structure, retest, and then to another high there, another high there. Maybe I wouldn't say another high. Let me just put it on the 90% rule. You see the 90% rule, this trend is the breakout of trend. So I might use the 90% rule. So I'll just not be greedy, just like wait until it reaches that point there. So let me go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. I know people will be asking me that would you leave this thing? Like it's 1 hour. Would you leave this thing if like I saw a buy position? If yes, I won't lose it, guys. But like as you can see, when we go to a 15-minute time frame, on situations like this, it's like a triangle. But then inside the triangle, there's there's structures. Just like you saw, we started on weekly time frame, but now we're inside the structure. Yeah. So then, as you can see, the market, it's a falling edge, guys. It's a falling edge. It's like a falling edge. It's a falling edge. This thing inside this triangle right there. We'll wait for the market to we'll wait for the market to break out, consolidate, and then 90% through. Yeah. You see, before it even breaks, I get it, it's a floor and a ceiling. So it's floor, ceiling. Maybe the ball now is gonna bounce back to the ceiling, bounce back to the floor until it breaks the floor or breaks the ceiling. So then before it goes there, what we're expecting inside the room is this thing right there. So then I feel like that's what we have on GBP USD. And then I think we're done with today's analysis, guys. Yo, I'm not gatekeeping. This boy saying I'm gatekeeping, bro. Yeah, but I'm not gatekeeping, bro. I've been doing this thing, bro. It's just like you're just hiding it, bro. But then thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the love. And I think today we came to an end with our analysis, guys. Phew, it was a tough one, but like, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, guys. You can recommendations or whatever. But then thank you for watching, guys. Thank you, bro. Thank you for supporting Gift. Shout out to you, bro.